Was I clicked? I didn't think I was. Oh, Stockholm goes all the way down here. I keep thinking that this is not Stockholm. Wait, it isn't. Yes, it is. That's Östergötland. I think that Stockholm is just this bit. I forget about this bit. I'm a little bit concerned about rebels coming over here to grab my rightful Russian clay. We're going to have so much manpower to recover after this. Like, fighting rebels is going to be a problem. We're going to have to keep a unit of mercenaries around, I think. And you know what? I think I'm going to start relying on mercenaries now. Need more money. Flemish company. I think we're going to grab the Flemish company. No, we're going to grab the Free company. No, Flemish company has artillery. And now it's going to be time to spend some production. Something I have not done for a very long time. Get some development going. Come on, Riga. Crikey, you're taking a while. Hurry up! We're now 14,000 men short. I'm definitely going to have to send my regular army home and just leave them. Claims on our rivals. For too long, Denmark has threatened our borders, but no more. We have managed to produce very legitimate documents which show we have a historical claim on Finn. That's actually kind of cool. Though, not useful anytime soon. Come on. Yes, finally. Alright, so you lot... Gonna send the mercenaries first, because I want you to land in Kalmar. I'm also going to grab a unit of mercenaries. Grand Company. Aha. Yeah, that's who I want. In Kalmar. I don't want you to have any special traits. You're purely a meat shield for attrition problems. Oh dear. That's a lot of bad guys. You had to attack now, didn't you? And we have no general here. Let's see where you run to. Novgorod, because of course you do. Papal States declared war on Venice. Production research flawed. Noble plot. Ah! Lose prestige or lose admin? I'll take the prestige. You come and grab those guys. This is such a ridiculous, like, oh, what's going on here? We're back up to 44% even though they control a fort. Well, at least we can now get Riga. So we just need more. Oh, sod. Good lord, Sweden, you are in so much trouble. You know what? I think I might even try to piece this out a little bit sooner. No. I think I'm going to send my own army up to Ingermanland just so I can make sure I keep hold of this area. Because I have a feeling the rebels are going to do the rest of the work for me. And Notterborg is one of my requirements for this area. It is a centre of trade, which I would very much like to control alongside Novgorod. Do I want to attack with 12,000 men? Give it another month. I really can't afford to send my own armies. Not anymore. Has to be mercenaries. Okay, you're going to Novgorod. That's actually fine. I'm okay with this. We have our own rebel chance in Prignitz. Did we ever call this? Yes. Good. Ah! Sweden. I feel like... Oh, I'm already supporting rebels. I can't do more. Sorry, Finland. You're going to need to wait 2 more years. Why don't I take Riga for myself? I'm releasing it as a free state so that I can put it in my trade league, because I'll just get it when I become the hunter. And it's also much cheaper in terms of war score to do it that way. Ouch, we are suffering a lot of casualties from doing this. Flipping hell, that was pricey. Right, you lot are going home. You two are going to take Notterborg. And then what's left of my army is going to have to go and sit on Prignitz. And you lot are heading over here as well. Send you to Rostock and we'll just leave that fleet there. Should probably be playing with the rest of my fleet as well. Because I honestly have no idea what's happening right now. So, transports deselect. Everybody else, I'm just going to select and stick into the Western Baltic. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the galleys their own mission. Whoops. Light ships, your job is going to be protecting trade in the Baltic. Same as it normally is. Then the rest of you, new mission, blockade enemy ports, Baltic, go. And you should automatically spread out and keep readjusting as requirements dictate. Okay, so one of the rebel groups is dead. So Sweden probably just broke again. And next year we can start supporting the other rebels. Now, do you have any unrest, Sweden? No, you don't. So you're actually going to start recovering pretty quickly, I think. Let's go to Viborg and start sieging that down. More forts equals more war score. That was a mistake. Another 3 galleys, don't mind if I do. Alright. So Kalmar is still ours, doesn't look like it's going to fall anytime soon. We're going to use the mercenaries to take over Viborg, and then we're going to go to Stockholm. I'm possibly going to raise another unit of mercenaries, depending on if I can afford anything. Oh no, this counts as force limit. Right, interesting. And we are quite far over on Diplo. I'm glad I just checked that. Sort this by cost. Continue increasing production. And probably military too. Sweet. What idea group am I working on? Mercantilism. I don't think Sweden did break, because they would have spat people like Riga out. And Novgorod, I think too. The aristocrats of Lubeck have been pushing for legislation popularly referred to as the Family Act, an effort to prevent innocent minds from the twisted plays and novels spewed forth by libertine authors of recent years. The main outrage behind the initiative for the Family Act is an obscene play, a family act, travelling the country that satirises the excesses of the aristocracy classes. Humiliated and revolted, the victims of its mockery are now demanding the Republic prevents this from spreading further. So the aristocrats lose influence, or we lose stability. Is that because the aristos... No, nobody's dominant. Aristos lose influence. And I might need to buff them up again. We do. Just to make sure they don't stay at 0. Cruelty of mercenaries. War is seldom without brutality. Soldiers are not known for their mercy, but this war has seen some exceptionally vile behaviour on the part of the occupying forces. It appears the Ground Company, the mercenary band we sent to occupy South Karelia, are unsatisfied with the wages we provide them and have resorted to robbing the civilian population. So we can curtail them, which makes them more expensive, but increases professionalism or we lose prestige, and South Karelia gets unrest. I mean, South Karelia is not mine. We're about to get prestige for winning the war. Let them take what they want. And we got Danish separatists as well in Ostjylland. But we have a fort, so even if they do rise, it's not going to matter. And we're on Lubeck, Novgorod again. 56. How close? Not massively. What if we reduce the amount of money we were demanding? That would do. That gets me everything I want. Do it. Sweden will cede Notterburg in Germanland and Novgorod to Lubeck. Sweden will be forced to give 10% of their income to me. This will last for 10 years. Sweden will release Riga as a sovereign state. Sweden will give me 500 ducats. Cool. Riga. How's it going? Ah. I only consider that of vital importance because you did not exist. Now that you exist, I no longer consider it of vital importance. No, we're talking about me here. Oh yeah. Fact. I have one in Poland too, don't I? Alright, cool. So these guys can both go home. Don't need to pay them anymore. We do need to core all of this, including Novgorod when these guys leave, which they're very kindly doing, because we're not at war with that. And then once these are cored, we can get Novgorod. We just don't have a coastline, so they can't technically reach right now. And then we have these guys. We're actually going to back you off to Lubeck, so you're in the middle and you can go in either direction. Sweden is no longer a valid rival. Interesting. I am sure that they're going to come back again, though. I'd much rather rival Sweden in the future. Because we still have some unfinished business. Sweden. Sweden will give you 500 ducats. They had 500 ducats? I probably just forced them to go bankrupt again. Playing as Lubeck in 1.3 and I have 25% trade power in the English Channel. Should I move Trading City downstream? Otherwise the trade power there seems wasted. To an extent it is. However, you will push extra trade power upstream. But eventually, if you control enough of the English Channel, yeah, it probably is worth taking over. Like if you get, for example, the Low Countries as Lubeck, sure. Now we can embrace printing press, and I'm going to say that it is not really worth doing yet. Soon. TM. Sweden building... Oh no, they discovered my spy network. Speaking of spy networks. Hi, Sweden. Oh, I still can't support your rebels. Oh, next year. January next year. That's in 4 months. And then Finland, I promise to support you. You clearly deserve independence. Let's speed for it again. Pay back the loan. Good point. Forgot I had it. Denmark have slandered my Denmark, that's a very dangerous thing for you to be doing. Just saying. Incredibly dangerous. Ah, Sweden's back. Hi, Sweden! Didn't think I'd forgotten about you, did you? Rebel support cancelled. Well, I guess we'd better do some more. Novgorod, Danish, Sami, Swedish, Karelian. Karelian, I guess? Doesn't look like there's Finnish separatists, unfortunately. There are Norwegian. We could support the Norwegians. And they are some of the more dangerous, though the Swedish nobles are by far and away the most dangerous. They would also cost the most. The thing is, the noble rebels I don't think will really do much. Alright, we'll go for the Finnish rebels. They're also a bit cheaper. So, Karelia, off you go. Two more years, so 70. Meanwhile, re-election, 55. Do it. Let's get our 666. Merchants are leaving. That's not acceptable. Right, let's go and take Prignitz. They didn't actually do anything negative to us there. And then Ostjylland as well. They thought they were timing it perfectly. Unfortunately for them, I have an excellent foundation with lots of forts, so tough luck. Nina. Oh, yes. My galleys can probably return home now. As can the transports. Oh, you already are in Rostock. Marvellous. 55, 88. That's probably about as close as it's gonna get. Then I do need to spend some development to get rid of, well, both of these, frankly. Sort by cost again. That'll do. I'm wondering if I want to put a fort in Neva as well. I think so. Because I want to keep the port of Neva free so that I can always reinforce Novgorod if I need to. Actually, Ingermanland would be better. Because it's forest. And there's already a slot here. Oh, I could turn these into trade companies. This will give less tax and manpower but increase the value for trade. Right. Hell, I could even make Neva into a trading city. There we go, just brought Emperor. Oh, nice. Why am I deving up rather than taking the idea? Because in the past when I've taken the idea, I then couldn't get the tech. Because my math sucks. I have been very curious to see how exactly the trade companies work. Do I want to core this? I guess is the question. Trade company or core? And also, when I was doing the deving, I wasn't spending very much. I think you need a trade post. Yeah, trade posts are different. Trade posts are these things. It's not a trading company, it's a trading post. And yes, I do need a trading post there, just like I did on Gotland. So, Novgorod... I don't know, actually. Can you put a trading post on a trade company province? That might be something I need to save and reload for. Find out. So we would still have about 700 for that. This will cost... Oh, 666. You know what? We can actually afford both. Boop. And we're not going to be ahead of time with the innovativeness bonus for any of these. Someone else has already got them. Considering how far ahead of time we were when they became available, I'm surprised by that, but apparently it's still true. Venice accepted peace with their Papal States. Venice will cede Ravenna, Azara, and Arezzo to the Papal States. Can Riga join the Trading League? That is a good question, probably. Yep. Welcome back, Riga. How's it going? You're welcome. Alright, next. Let's go and see if there are any other Trade League cities that wish to join us. Oh, is Bremen still out? Bremen is still out. Allied with Hamburg and Flanders. Flanders would not accept. I hate the fact you're allied to the same people as me. Is there any way of getting around free cities? Yes, attacking one of their allies. Which would be Flanders. Oh, Flanders seems to be struggling a little bit against Burgundy. The fly just flew into my mouth. That is one of the most uncomfortable things I have ever had. I took a gulp of tea to try and just wash it down. I could feel it swimming around in my mouth. I was just like, nope, this is not happening. Had to spit it out. Oh, that was disgusting. Oh man, that is such a weird thing. Oh. Please tell me... Yeah, good. Still have some tea left. You probably saw the look of shock as I ran off. I was like, nope. This is not happening. Crazy Tom, drink tea. Thanks. Yeah, I know that Bremen's close to joining the League. The thing is, I'm wondering if I want to just attack them and annex them. Except that they're a free city, and I'll get them anyway when I create the Hansa, so we'll just go ahead and do that. I'm a little bit afraid, like, when I do create the Hansa, I'm going to have a crazy number of vassals, which is just going to destroy my Diplo ability. And when it destroys my Diplo ability, that's also going to destroy my ability to actually integrate them. Oh man, that was horrible. Ugh. Novgorod's gonna have an uprising soon. I'll give it a little bit longer. Although admin, we are going to need to do something about. Who wants to join? Is that Bremen? It's Bremen. Even though it doesn't appear on the list. Oh, it's because we didn't have a diplomat available for you because he was already working there. Alright, so how many do we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 members plus me, 9 members of this league. It's a very healthy fatality. Oh, I like that. That's very clever. McHappy face. Nice. I know the French get a special nobility ability to help them deal with a large number of vassals. Yeah, the problem is I don't have estates. I'm a merchant republic. I get factions. So, short answer to that is no. They really need to work the merchant republics again. Rework them after this. Give them similar estates, because the faction system just ain't cutting it. It's a really boring system in comparison. And that really did give me pause about whether I wanted to play as a Merchant Republic now, but I think the mission tree alone was worth it. Alright, no, I'm not doing it. I am, however, going to spend a tiny bit of admin. Like so. A gift from Hamburg! Aw, Hamburg, thank you. They're being very generous recently. A noble plot. With the Republic looking fragile, rumours have reached us the nobles are plotting to bring down the nation. They still have power. Bloody aristos. Sweden's no longer a viable rival again. How's Poland doing? Oof, okay, we need to send somebody to go and work on you post-haste. We're going to drop you. And then I think I'm going to start fabricating on Denmark again. Although actually I don't need to fabricate, do I? I can just go for Finn. Denmark? Oh, Portugal. So Portugal is an... Oh no, they're just the defender. So they wouldn't necessarily accept. They'll probably accept, but not necessarily. And in fact... only just, because Denmark has a bit of a bad reputation. So how about we improve the relations of Portugal and make them less willing to intervene? Riga's in trouble? Why? Oh, rebels. They're only peasants. It's just the peasantry getting a bit uppity once again. Sure. There's the uprising, as foreseen.